Have you seen the real life lore video? The ocean is way deeper than you think. No? I watched this video a long time ago and I'll watch it again. It's so good.
The ocean.
This video is so good, I remember. I don't remember much about exactly what it was.
Is really, really deep. Deeper, in fact, than most of us realize. If you were to shave off all of the land from the tops of every continent and island in the world and fill up the ocean's deepest points with that land, then the entire Earth would be covered in an ocean 2 miles deep.
That's crazy.
3/4 of our planet is already covered in water, though, and it goes a lot deeper than just 2 miles. Let's start with a sense of scale. This dot right here is the size of an average human, this slightly larger dot is the size of an elephant, and this is the size of the largest ship ever built, the Knock Nevis. With that in mind, let's start going underwater and see what we find out. The first milestone is at 40 meters below the surface, which is the maximum depth allowed for recreational scuba diving. A little further down at 93 meters is where the wreck of the Lusitania was discovered.
God, that's so scary, dude.
Because the Lusitania itself is
Oh my God.
240 meters long, which means that it sank in water shallower than it is long, so if the ship was standing on its...
Dude, just being in some shallow ocean water, out in the ocean, just being in shallow water is so scary to get into. It's scary, dude. It's so scary.
It would be sticking out of the water. Just slightly deeper than that,
I love it, though.
100 meters, is where
I love the
diving
ocean.
can become seriously fatal if you're not careful because of decompression sickness.
I'm
But
sorry,
that
hold
didn't
on.
stop-
I need to figure out how much a meter is compared to a mile. How many meters are in a mile? So 1 mile is... Wait, what? Wait, 1,600 meters are in a mile. Okay.
Up a man named Herbert Nitsch to accomplish the free diving world record at a depth of 214 meters. This guy swam down to this level with just one single breath. But a little further down at 332 meters, we have the scuba diving world record, which was accomplished by another man named Ahmed Gabir. If he had swam down another 111 meters, then he would have reached the height of the Empire State Building if it was submerged underwater. And a little further than that, at 500 meters below the surface, we arrive at the maximum dive depth of blue whales, the largest creatures on the planet and also the limit of the US Seawolf class nuclear submarine.
Wait,
at
what?
530
What submarine can only go down 500 meters? And blue whales can only go down 500 meters? I feel like that's not even that deep. I'm trying to think of that, like, in my head. So the Empire State Building. I've never seen the Empire State Building in person, but I've seen some pretty big buildings. I'm trying to think of how deep that is. It is deep.
5 meters, we can witness the maximum dive depth of emperor penguins, and this is when we must bring up the intensity of water pressure. At this level below the surface, the water pressure exerted on a person, or the penguins, would be roughly equivalent to a polar bear standing on a quarter. So further down the depths, at 830 meters, would be the height of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. Once we hit 1,000 meters below the surface, we begin to enter the scary zone. Light from the surface can no longer reach beyond this point, so the rest of the ocean below is shrouded in permanent darkness. On top of that, the water pressure you would experience at this point would be about the same as if you were standing on the surface of the planet Venus, meaning that you would die very quickly. You would also meet the giant squid at this sea level if the water pressure didn't already kill you. At 1,280 meters, we reach the maximum depth dived to by the leatherback sea turtle, and further down at 1,828 meters, we would reach the deepest part of the Grand Canyon were it to be underwater with us. Down at 2,000 meters, we start to encounter some of the more terrifying sea creatures, like the ominously named black dragonfish, a carnivorous beast with a stomach that doesn't allow light to be emitted through
I don't understand how these things can live down there if we can't even like get close to this.
The only way you would ever see this thing
physically,
is
we
with a
can't get close to
flashlight.
this.
A little
but
further
they can.
down at 2,250 meters, we would reach the maximum depth dived to by both sperm whales and the very frightening colossal squid.
Colossal
Sperm whales
squid.
often have sucker marks and scars left on their bodies from battles with the colossal squid that likely take place at these incredible depths. The squids themselves can grow to be 14 meters long and weigh up to
14 meters
750
long.
kilograms with eyes the size of a dinner plate and razor-sharp sickles in the middle of their tentacles. So yeah, good luck with that down there. Way further down at 3,800 meters, we can find the
Do
wreck of the
people fish for colossal squid? I'm looking it up. Do people fish for colossal squid? Is it even possible? Big giant squid caught on boat. Catching giant squid. I'm talking about colossal squid. The colossal squid is a massive squid that lives in the deep sea surrounding Antarctica. I want to see a colossal squid on. Let me see if this is it. I'm only seeing like relatively large squids, not giant colossal squids. Okay. Wait, hold on. I think I might have found one. Or is it just clickbait? Okay, I think it was clickbait. Okay. So basically, I don't think anyone's like actually seen a colossal squid because it's so far
Titanic.
down.
And a bit past that, at 4,000 meters, we start to enter the abyssal zone of the ocean. Water pressure is at an astonishing 11,000 pounds per square inch down here, and there are numerous strange, almost alien-like creatures that inhabit these depths, such as the fangtooth, anglerfish, and viperfish.
It's
Down at
1,398 miles
meters
deep.
is the average depth of the ocean where you would normally expect to hit the floor, but there are parts of the ocean that go significantly deeper than even this.
That's scary.
At 4,791 meters rests the wreckage of the battleship Bismarck sunk during World War II, and way down at 6,000 meters is the beginning of the Hadal Zone,
The
named
Hadal
after
Zone.
the underworld Hades itself. The water pressure down at these depths can become 1,100 times what you would experience way back on top at the surface, which is roughly equal to an
like
elephant balancing on a postage
some
stamp
Dragon
or
Ball
a
Z
single
training.
person carrying the weight of 50 Boeing 747 jumbo jets. Down at these depths, you would be crushed immediately without any outside protection, but life still exists.
What does he mean crushed, by the way? Because, like, what does that mean? Because it's not like you would just, like... You know what I mean? It's not like you would just be, like crumbled up like a piece of paper. What does it mean crushed? Like, your bones will break and, like, your body... Like, it's not like you're... You know what I mean? It's like... Because there's, like, things living down here. It's not like anything that comes into this, like, appears down here, it just gets crumbled up like a piece of paper. I don't know what he means.
Down here in various strange forms. At 6,500 meters, we reach the maximum depth that the DSV Alvin can dive to, a popular research submarine that helped to discover the Titanic. Way further down at 8,848 meters below the surface, we have arrived at the height of Mount Everest, where to be upside down and placed underwater. And then, way further past even that, at 10,898 meters, we arrive at the depth reached by James Cameron in 2012 during the Deep Sea Challenger mission. The deepest point in the ocean yet reached by humans was back in 1960, though, when two men
That's
named
crazy,
John Walsh and
1960.
Jacques Piccard reached a depth of 10,916 meters using their Trieste submarine. It took them 5 hours to descend through the ocean to this depth, and they only stayed for 20 minutes before a window cracked and they began to resurface. They only stayed for 20 minutes before a window cracked and they began to resurface.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? How far deep are we down? How far is this? Hold on. How many miles is this? How many miles is that? 5, 6,700 miles, and your submarine window cracks. Can you imagine? You know that emoji that's like it's like this, and then like the face, like the top of the head's like blue. I think that's probably what their face like looked like. Yeah, that
Just
one.
a bit further down from there
This
at
one.
10,972 meters, and we reach the average flight altitude of a commercial airliner. So if you've ever looked out of a window while on a flight and looked down to the ground, that's a very good sense of how incredibly deep down into the abyss that we are currently at. Finally, when we hit 10,994 meters, we have hit the bottom of the known ocean called the Challenger Deep, right here on this map just about 300 kilometers southwest of Guam Island. However, it is believed that there are almost certainly even deeper parts of the ocean than this that just haven't been discovered yet. It wasn't until 1997, after all, that the Sirena Deep was discovered with a depth of 10,732 meters, making it the second deepest known point in the ocean. It is estimated that only about 5% of the ocean's floor has been accurately mapped, leaving the other 95% to be currently a mystery. It may be only a matter of time before an even
expected.
deeper part of our ocean is found, and who knows what we may discover there.
Yeah,
So thank you for taking the time
That
to
is
watch this video. If
disgusting.
you'd like to stay up
that is terrifying. Can you imagine, dude? I want to go down to some of these like parts. Like, so it's been since 1960 that we set the world record for like how far deep we've gone into the ocean. So I'm sure that we have much better technology now to go even farther than that. I'm sure that we've discovered deeper parts since then as well. Like, has anyone been in the wait, I think we sent like robots down into the no, I don't even know, dude. I'm sure that we could find something down in like these giant holes that are like super deep in the ocean. Dude, that's terrifying. Like, what if there's like some like, you know what I mean? And I always wonder this: what if there's like minerals down in the like we haven't been far in the earth at all? Like, we haven't even gotten close to the center of the earth. What if there's like some like crazy like minerals down there that could like that we need to like cure cancer or something? Like, I'm sure that there's like some minerals that are only being like produced down like far. When were diamonds discovered, I wonder? Like, let me look that up. When were diamonds discovered? Oh, 900 million years ago? No, they were formed 900 million years ago. Earliest diamonds were found in the 4th century BC. Oh, okay. What about, like, when was gold discovered? I'm pretty sure, like, the Egyptians had gold stuff, right? Okay, well, that was an interesting video. I like that.